Tonight, students get a chance to play matchmakers with their roommates.
Plus, cancer doesn't have a season, and tonight we'll show you ways you can begin raising money for Relay for Life. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
Center on the Troy campus with news from Troy University locations around the world. This is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for September 12, 2013. I'm Haley Greathouse.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. This morning, the Division of Student Services and the Office of Learning Initiative partnered with the Pike County EMA to put on Be Ready Day. Connor McCreary has more.
Emergency response teams with vehicles in tow lined the Trojan Arena parking lot to teach students a little bit more about safety in Pike County.
We're working to hopefully get students here to interface with all of our local first responders and other volunteer agencies, see who's out there to help in the event of a disaster, and help provide students a way to get in contact and find a way to become involved and start preparing for anything that may come up.
The action then moved inside the arena, where a memorial was held for those emergency response members that lost their lives in the September 11th attacks. One student shares his views on supporting such teams.
These are the people that work side by side. They work countless hours, and when nobody is there, they're the ones that show up. And we need to show our support for our first responders and show them that, we do care.
For those students who are unable to attend, there's still an opportunity to show support.
Students can come by the Office of Service Learning and Civic Engagement, located in Eldridge Hall. One of the initiatives our office is putting on is we're starting a campus emergency response team, and the goal of that is to just bring students in, train them up. We'll take anyone that's interested in learning about disaster preparedness and that wants to serve in a role here on campus in response to anything that may happen.
Connor McCreary, Troy TrojanVision News.
This was Troy University's version of the National Be Ready Day, which was held yesterday.
Last night, the Troy University Relay for Life Committee held their first meeting to prepare for this year's event. Amanda Ford has the details.
Wednesday night, the Troy University Relay for Life Committee held their first meeting to prepare for the new year.
The purpose of this meeting was to basically see who is interested in Relay for Life and to see who all wanted to be involved in helping plan the meeting.
Last year's Relay for Life turned out to be very successful for the committee and the university.
Last year's event actually went really well. We got a little over $18,000 for the entire year, which is really good for Troy University.
The Relay for Life Committee is planning to hold many fundraisers and raise even more money than last year's Relay.
We want to do a lot of fundraising this year. That's probably my main goal. And also, we just want to have a fun relay at the end of the year. We want to just raise money to help cure cancer. That's the main purpose of Relay for Life and American Cancer Society.
The Troy University Relay for Life will be held on March 22nd, 2014. Amanda Ford, Troy TrojanVision News.
The Relay for Life Committee will meet again within the month. Courtney, it seems like Cupid made a visit on Troy's campus last night at the UAC event, and I wonder if his arrow struck.
Well, Haley, as Christina Cook shows us, there may have been some love connections and even some broken hearts.
Sometimes finding a date can be pretty tough in college, so the University Activities Council decided to help out a few students by bringing back a classic dating game with a bit of a twist.
Hosting Date My Roommate, and it's just a fun way for people to meet other people, and hopefully sparks will fly, and hopefully sparks did fly tonight.
With the opportunity of a free date at Continental Cinema 5, each round allowed one bachelor or bachelorette to choose between one of three contestants. And as some participants explained, it was the responses to their questions that helped them choose their match.
Once I started asking the questions that related to me, I realized who I wanted to go out with. How many geek shows do you have is the limit before you consider someone a geek? And she said there is no limit. So,
what's your favorite color and why?
I guess what love was, because I said like my mom.
What they enjoy doing in their free time.
Do they like anime and video games?
Do you like chocolate one? That's my favorite question to ask.
So, did any of the lucky contestants find love?
No.
There's a lot of things that can happen, but an adventure's an adventure.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that, but it was fun.
We kind of have like some of the same interests because he's a geek and I'm a nerd. Like I said, we'll just have to see.
Christina Cook, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The next UAC event will be Dollar Movie Night next Wednesday.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, a national group of mayors is using a 50th anniversary of a deadly Alabama church bombing to release a plan for combating racism. The U.S. Conference of Mayors is holding discussions today at Birmingham's 16th Street Baptist Church, where a racist bombing killed 4 girls in 1963.
And in Montgomery State, Representative Demetrius Newton has died at age 85. Newton was a civil rights attorney who represented icons like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. before becoming the first black person to serve as a Speaker pro temp of the Alabama House.
And in Birmingham, attorney Mark White says Alabama House Speaker Mike Hubbard has hired him to go after people accused of libeling him. Hubbard's business Auburn Network recently canceled a consulting contract with the Southeast Alabama Gas District, which financed his trip to Paris this year. AL.com reported the contract was approved by the State Ethics Commission.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the Troy football team will battle conference opponent Arkansas State on the gridiron tonight. Mitchell Spoon will have more when he joins us with sports. Now Mitchell Spoon joins us with sports. So Mitchell, here in the South, everyone really seems to look forward to Saturday, college game day and football all day long, but Trojan fans actually didn't have to wait as long.
That's right. Troy will actually kick off tonight against Arkansas State, but I'll tell you more right now in sports. In a little over an hour, the Trojan football team will be taking the field in Jonesboro for the first conference game of the season. And as Danielle Percival shows us, the road to the Sun Belt Championship starts tonight.
When the Troy Trojans and Arkansas State Red Wolves meet on the gridiron, there is always much at stake. These teams have combined to win at least a portion of the Sun Belt Conference title the past 8 seasons, and the winner of this matchup could be the frontrunner in the conference.
It's very important for us bowl play and championship play for us winning the conference. We got plenty to play for, plenty to prepare for, and looking forward to seeing how good we are, how we stack up, see if we're any better, and I think we are.
Arkansas State has won the last 2 meetings between these teams, but this season the Red Wolves are 1-1, while the Trojans are still undefeated.
It's been good, man. We're 2-0, so that's all I can ask for right now is, hopefully to continue this win streak. We got a little momentum going into the big game this week at Ark State. They got us the past 2 years, so we got a little bit of momentum going into it, and hopefully we can carry that over into this week.
The 2 best offenses in the conference will be meeting, but that doesn't mean it's all about that side of the ball. Arkansas State had 4 different 100-yard rushers in their win against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and the Trojan defense will be key in the matchup.
Our run defense is unstoppable right now. We're doing real good in the run. We still need to work on our passing defense, but other than that, we feeling real good about ourselves.
This is the Sun Belt opener for these teams, and a win in week 1 of conference play can go a long way.
It's a statement game for us, our team as a team, and just everybody that's following Troy, just to let them know that we're serious.
It would be huge. First conference win of the year, 1-0 in the conference. That put us at the top, right, for at least right now. But they're a good football team. They've shown improvement. They're at the top. They got the target on their back like we used to have, and so we just got to go out there and hopefully try to take it away from them.
Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
Should the Trojans get a victory tonight, they will be 3-0 for the first time since moving up to the FBS. The last time Troy started off 3-0 was in 2000, their last season in FCS. Kickoff will be at 6:30 on ESPNU. And the Troy volleyball team continues pushing through its tough non-conference schedule, and the latest stop for the Trojans comes this weekend at the Georgia Tech Courtyard Classic. The Trojans will play Connecticut on Friday at 3:30 before facing Georgia Tech and St. John's on Saturday. Troy comes into the weekend with a 3-4 record after a 1-2 showing at the Active Ankle Challenge last weekend. Connecticut comes into the weekend with a 3-4 record as well as going 1-2 in its own tournament, the Yukon Classic, last weekend also. But head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick knows his team is going up against some very competitive teams.
We scheduled up really for the first time. We play Yukon, St. John's, and Georgia Tech this weekend. They're going to be 3 really good teams, and we need to make sure that our level of play is good enough for us to win.
The Trojans had never met UConn before, but hope to get their first victory against the Huskies tomorrow. Fans can keep up with the match by visiting TroyTrojans.com. And the Troy soccer team wraps up a 3-game road trip at Jacksonville State on Friday night at 7 before returning home to the Troy Soccer Complex on Sunday to face Murray State. The Trojans entered the weekend with a 2-4 record and are looking to snap a 2-game losing streak after falling to UAB and Auburn last weekend. But the Trojans do bring a 3-game match winning streak against in-state rival Jacksonville State, who enters Friday's match with a 2-1 record. In their last meeting in 2011, the Trojans battled back from a 2-0 deficit to win 3-2. Head coach Chris Bentley says his team's improvement from last weekend should propel them to a victory.
I think Jacksonville State and Murray State, we've got Murray State at home on the Sunday, Jacksonville State away on the Friday. They're two comparable teams of teams we could potentially face in conference. On a given day, they're as competitive as some of the best ones in our conference. So we've got to be ready. We can't take them lightly. I fully expect we can win those games. I think that if we hold the standard that we've learned from this past weekend and we've shown now an improvement, I think we'll be fine. But it is going to be about putting the full team effort out, and I think they're perfect for us, as we've always said, with non-conference being preseason, to prepare for conference. They're perfect for us gearing forward.
The Trojans return home on Sunday to defend their turf against the Murray State Racers. So, Courtney, Haley, hopefully everyone will tune in tonight on ESPNU to watch the Trojans get that win against Arkansas State and start off 3-0. And hopefully they don't forget about the soccer game and the volleyball game tomorrow, and they can keep up with those two as well and see how the Trojans are progressing.
Exactly. Best of luck to the Trojans. Hopefully the football team can keep that momentum going and win tonight.
Indeed.